After having wasted so much time on that futile effort, let's go ahead. I'm 57 years old. When you get to that time in life, you start evaluating yourself. You want to know what contributions you really made to life, and did you meet goals that you anticipated having when you were a child? You remember when they used to ask you those questions, what do you want to be when you grow up, Johnny? Not too many people said, I want to be a mailman. I want to wait tables. I want to dig ditches. No. I want to be a scientist, a lawyer, an astronaut. So when you get to be 57 years old, you kind of evaluate, how close did I get to that goal? Neuroscience, close. Comedian. So that's pretty close. You get to evaluate your contributions to life. You try to assess what you've actually done to make a difference. And then, of course, my all-time favorite assessment, my failures, which are many. The book is coming out, the movie will be better. So you get to evaluate these things, and you find that it's actually common among human beings to want to achieve more and to be better at what we do. Even as children, you notice even with babies, as they're coming along, they dream of one day being able to crawl. You see them laying there going, gaga, goo, goo, gaga, goo. You know, I can crawl, I can rule the world. And then when they crawl, they say, if I could walk, oh, I could be president. And then they want to run. And then, parents, we hear them say those fatal words that break your heart. I can do it myself. A moment of silence. Okay, I'm over it. But needless to say, humans always want to achieve and be better. We're always trying to be better. We're always judging ourselves all through grammar school, all through college, our neighbors, how our house versus someone else's house. And many times, we don't give ourselves the proper credit that we should. You may have wanted to be a medical doctor. You're almost finished. Well, you completed the entrance exam. Anyway, you were moving toward the goal of being a medical doctor. You never completed that. But you did complete at least the first 2 weeks of CPR training, which came in pretty handy in the Thanksgiving of 1979 when Uncle Milford was choking on the peace pan. You saved his life. Much too many mixed reviews. But he's alive today, and that's a lot. You raised 3 children. Not one of them has a felony record today because of what you did. And of course, they can never prove anything. Thank God for the extradition laws of New Guinea. Came in pretty handy. Nonetheless, no felony records. 3 kids. That's a lot. It's a lot. And then, you know, when we evaluate ourselves, we're usually looking at, like, the end result, the final chapter. But you know that when a rocket is launched into space, that it really doesn't go from point A to point B. They actually make thousands of adjustments all the way there to the moon. And so we do in life, make thousands of adjustments. And we need to celebrate those adjustments. Seriously, you may have been a medical doctor and volunteered your time in the community at no pay. And you thought, I'm just schlepping through this thing, getting extra credit for my medical practice and my medical studies. But you didn't know that there was a kid watching you. A kid that you'll never know, who was inspired to become a doctor themselves. That's a lot. You may have met a stranger on a bus or in a parking lot and gave a compliment, a sincere compliment, and an encouraging word. You never know. You never see them again, but you don't know that you may have stopped a stranger from making a tragic and desperate decision to commit suicide. That's a lot. When you're keeping your records, you need to keep them accurately. Quite often we compare ourselves to other people. It's a sad thing to reach the top of the ladder of success, only to realize it was leaning against the wrong building. You have to set your own personal goals. What works for you? What is your success? How do you measure your accomplishments? You are the only one that can judge that. So you have to understand that there are many things you need to do to make this proper assessment. Go back to kindergarten in your mind. Go back to that first grade and remember, what did you really want to be in life? It's not too late. You can still do it. Any day above 6 feet is an excellent day. And that's a lot. And I thank you also for your development. Judge yourselves right. You've accomplished a lot. If nothing else, give yourselves the proper assessment, the proper compliment, the proper congratulations for having the patience and the discipline to endure one of your fellow toasties as he rambles on and on about the significance of your life. And that's a whole lot.